My name is Truc Nguyen. I came to the United States right before the fall of Saigon in 1975. My dad was very involved. He was an officer. When he was younger, he served as a Green Beret. So he spent probably the first 10 years of his military experience in the front line fighting. And he has like 3 best friends together, and 2 of them die, and that's when he decided that it was just too much at risk for the whole family, so he moved and changed and joined the Marine Corps instead. So he served the military as one of the officers. I think he was a major. In 1968, there was a major called Tet Offensive by communists that actually penetrated right into the heart of Saigon. I was only 5 at the time. You could see, dead soldiers, the communist soldiers, like all over the street, and they used like truck just to unload them and load them off and take them away. War has great dramatic as well as post-traumatic, effect on everybody psychologically and emotionally. So I don't think it ever ended. It always lingered inside of you. Especially the first 10 years when we just came to the United States, it was much more psychologically affect you a lot more. Because whenever there's a special celebration, you always have nostalgic feelings, what's happening, what I used to do, what we used to do. Like, for example, with New Year's, either European New Year's or Chinese New Year or Vietnamese New Year, all those memories bring back to you. And then I guess being Vietnamese refugees is kind of unique in a way. The memory of the war never left us. And I have uncles and cousins who came to the United States afterward. And then you get to hear their stories. Like, we get to hear stories, what happened to our home on the day, after the fall of Saigon. We left on the 29th. But the fall of Saigon was the 30th. Then we get to hear stories, what happened to the destructions of our home. They went and looked at my dad, and so that was another experience that we didn't have any direct experience, and we get indirect experiences and then still bring back memories of the war. It's never been a positive experience for anyone who had to leave their country, leave their home, leave their livelihood, leave everything. As refugees is so different from being immigrants, right? Many immigrant people, they know ahead of time they're going to go to America, so they kind of prepare ahead of time. Being refugees, meaning you are forced to leave your country. Some may leave on free will, but in many ways you are being forced to leave, and so there's a lot of dying and a lot of letting go. There's a lot of pain that's involved in that whole journey. It greatly influenced you, both positive and both negative. Right? Everybody handles stress differently, post-traumatic syndrome differently. I think it's been a positive experience for me here, especially seeing what life was, what life could have been, and what life is now. So it makes you work a lot harder, but also makes you reflective of how much people suffer, how much you had suffered.